This video is sponsored by, I'm joking, we're not that big yet. Hey, what's up you guys, this is SGB618 here, and after my top 5 favourite Nintendo Switch third party games video did so well, I thought I should do another top 5 video but on the first party games for the Switch. Just like the third party games video, this list will be based entirely on my own opinion. Please keep in mind that there are going to be games that I'll enjoy a lot more than you would and vice versa. And on top of that, limiting this list to only 5 slots is pretty difficult, so I did the best that I could to narrow down my top 5 favourites. But without further ado, let's just go straight into it. Starting off the list, we have a great sequel to a Wii U gem. And that of course is Super Mario Maker 2. This is a perfect example on how to make a sequel to something. You take all the great features from the original, you fix the problems and then expand on it. That's pretty much what Mario Maker 2 did in a nutshell, and although it doesn't sound like much, not much needed to be changed from the original because it was already quite good. The same type Mario gameplay is present here, all the game themes look great and all the level elements are super fun to use and to mess around with too. Now let's talk about some of the fun new stuff that we got. We got our hands on even more stage elements such as switches, seesaw bridges, icicles, and new enemies like spikes and pokies. We also got a brand new Mario theme, which is 3D World. I'm super happy to see that one come into the game since 3D World is one of my favourite Mario games. We've even got desert, snow, sky and jungle themes added to all the Mario themes, which are very cool additions, and the music that comes with them, surprise surprise, are quite cool. Moving away from making levels and actually playing them online, you can select what sort of levels you want recommended to you, which is a very nice feature in my opinion since it was slightly annoying in the original game. You can even play with other people online in multiplayer battles to reach the flagpole the fastest, both locally and online, which is very cool. Although it is quite a bit laggy at times online, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully Nintendo does fix that in a future update or something like that. And there's also a story mode to this game which is quite challenging, but it's also pretty fun. This game is literally perfect for any platformer fan since it tests your skills in so many different ways, and if there isn't a stage that you're after just yet, you can literally make one yourself, like however you want. That is so cool. Even if you don't like Mario, you can slap a Master Sword on him and he'll become Link instead, which I actually like, even though I'm not the biggest Zelda fan in the world. My main complaint with this game is the fact that the building controls, even on portable mode in my opinion, takes quite some time to get used to. I was pretty surprised about that. It was definitely a lot easier on the Wii U version, keeping in mind we did have a stylus with that system, but whatever, it's just sort of complicated. Overall though, Super Mario Maker 2 is a fantastic game that any Mario fan owes themselves to play, as well as any platformer fan in general due to the level customization and gameplay options. It's pretty great, check it out. Coming in at number 4, we have a 3D platformer that's widely considered one of the best games on the Switch, perhaps even the best Switch game out right now, so you know it's going to be a good one. Number 4 goes to Super Mario Odyssey. Heavy emphasis on the phrase sandbox, Mario Odyssey really delivers an amazing Mario adventure by introducing brand new locales to the Mario world and by nailing the exploration aspect to this game. There are so many power moons to collect in this game, and during the story you'll need to collect these moons to power the Odyssey, the thing that gets you from point A to point B throughout the story, I might add. Your job is to, once again, save Princess Peach from Bowser. However, the twist this time is the fact that Bowser wants to straight up marry Peach, so it's up to Mario to, guess what, stop him. As if you didn't see that one coming. Oh, what's that? You're done with the story? Mate, you still haven't collected every single power moon in the game, so that will keep you busy for a while. What's that? You've done that as well? What? Do you want a participation sticker? You've got all the costumes to collect, you better be getting them coins. Get on that. Do you see my point now? There are so much stuff to do in this game that will keep you busy, but also you'll be entertained. It's not like super annoying to do. I didn't even mention the levels after the main game that will need to be beaten, such as Dark and Darker Side Kingdom, as well as boss rushes in the Mushroom Kingdom. You do realise, right, that we still haven't talked about absolutely everything in this game. Unfortunately, we're doing a top 5 video today, so I can't dedicate the whole video to just this one game. We would literally be here all day. It's just making my head spin thinking about wanting to talk about everything in this game. Just play it yourself and you'll know everything that I want to say 100%. Moving on to the gameplay itself, the controls in Mario Odyssey are some of the best controls in any Mario game, full stop. Using Cappy to do parkour, extra jumps, and mind controlling enemies is so convenient and is a very clever idea in my opinion. This makes Mario Odyssey not only a unique Mario game, but also a unique platformer, full stop. There's just nothing like the controls in Odyssey, and I haven't even talked about the amazing graphics and visuals. They're also really great. Mario Odyssey is an amazing Mario game that has so much to do and has incredible replay value and gameplay. I highly recommend this one. Next up, we have another great sequel to another great Wii U game. It doesn't get as much attention as it used to, but I still think that this is a great game for the Switch. Yes, I'm chatting about Splatoon 2. I still think that the concept to this game is so clever and one of the most creative video game ideas I've ever seen. Much like Mario Maker 2, Splatoon 2 took everything great about the first game and just expands. One thing that caught my eye at first with Splatoon 2 was the graphics. The improvements are very noticeable, and even though the original still looks great, Splatoon 2 does look a lot better in my opinion. The controls are very responsive and pretty easy to get used to, and the game modes are pretty fun too. My favourite modes are Turf War and Salmon Run, more on that mode later. The other ones are great too. Tower control is literally the one that will give you anxiety and will have you worried a lot though, trust me. Looking at the weapons, all of them are pretty well designed and again creative. Now whether they're all good or not is really up to you. Blaster sucks. I really like the design concept of a lot of the weapons, like the umbrella. Don't get me wrong, this game does have its problems, like the unskippable intro and the super unreasonable schedule for playing certain game modes like Salmon Run. Why? Like, Nintendo, why? I'm sorry, but if I've bought a game, I should be able to play whatever mode I want, whenever I want. Especially when the game's price tag is £45. Aside from that really stupid restriction and that slightly annoying unskippable intro, Splatoon 2 is a very fun and tense game to play online. Splatting people in this game is super satisfying. Do that enough and you'll level up. Wait a sec, what about offline single player? Well, Splatoon 2 has a story mode as well as DLC in the form of Octo expansion. I can tell you that the story mode is good, but I haven't played Octo expansion yet. Anyway, Splatoon 2 is a fantastic E-rated shooter that will keep you coming back for more for quite a while, trust me. These next two games are already some of my favourite Nintendo games, so you know that they're going to be good ones. Starting things off, you have quite possibly the biggest fighting crossover of all time. And that of course is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Although Brawl will probably forever be my favourite due to nostalgia and literally introducing me to the wider world of Nintendo, making me like Nintendo a million times more, I do have to admit that Smash Ultimate is the best Smash Bros in terms of gameplay, roster, stage selection, and literally everything else. Nintendo didn't just slap the word Ultimate in there just to sound cool. They threw it in there because, well, it's 100% Ultimate. Every single past Smash Bros character is here in the game, as well as several newcomers, and at this point in time, 11 DLC characters on top of that. That is actually crazy. Aside from there being way too many Fire Emblem characters as well as way too many anime looking characters that I just don't care about like Joker and Hero, I really like the selection of game series: Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Metroid, Star Fox, Sonic, Street Fighter, Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I could really go on and I will be here all day. That's just mad that that much franchises is in one game. And you guys have seen how small the Switch cartridges are. That is just crazy. We also got a buttload of returning stages based on the franchises I just listed and more, including some new ones too. The classic mode is back and better than ever in my opinion, and home run contest and stage builder are back too. Unfortunately, the online mode is kinda underwhelming in my opinion. The rules are all down to a randomizer and the lag is honestly ridiculous. And when I mean ridiculous, I mean PowerPoint slideshow levels of slow. On a more positive note, there's a World of Light story mode that, although not as great as Subspace Emissary in my opinion, is pretty decent. And one of my favourite new additions to the Smash Bros series is Squad Strike. I really like that mode, it's pretty fun. This game is best played, you guessed it, in local multiplayer. It's just something that you can't beat. The amount of times that my friends would just come over and play this game and we would just end up yelling the whole house down without even meaning to. That's fun right there. In conclusion, Smash Ultimate is a super fun and exciting game to play on your Switch, and any Nintendo fan and Switch owner in general should definitely check out. There's a reason why I stream this game every Saturday evening, because it's so enjoyable. Those of you who have been on my channel will already know what number 1 is, because I literally talk about this game the most on this channel and I play it the most on this channel. I absolutely love this game and it's another game that I stream every Saturday evening. Oh my days, epic plot twist, SGB618's number 1 Switch game is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now I know that this game is an enhanced port of a Wii U game, so it's technically not new. It is different enough from the original to be eligible for the list despite the obvious similarities in my opinion, and also it's my list so deal with it. Anyway, I've already talked about how amazing this game is on the channel a million times before, so I'll try to keep this one short. Nintendo literally took Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, an already great game, and stripped it of its problems. And they added even more features like smart steering and auto accelerate to help newcomers, as well as being able to swap out your character and car in between matches online. It's a very small thing, but it's really something that is super convenient. You will need to compare the two games to notice just how amazingly convenient that is. Long gone is the terrible battle mode, and now we have 8 epic battle courses that are super fun to play on. Even though the roster before was already big and slightly trash, let's be honest, now we have Dry Bones, King Boo and Bowser Jr. returning as characters. Obviously, I think that's super cool. And on top of that, we have 2 newcomers in the form of Inkling Gale and Boy from Splatoon, which is so cool to see. That was so unexpected. I don't care what anyone says, that is super wicked to have them in the game. As mentioned before, the great stuff from the old game is here too, like the amazing graphics, music and racetracks, apart from Dry Desert, and pretty decent online mode as well. This is another great game to play with friends and family, so if you love multiplayer games both locally and online, you basically owe it to yourself to play this game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 100% my favourite Mario Kart game and definitely deserves the title of the best Nintendo Switch game, in my opinion. So there you have it guys, that was my list of my favourite first party games for Nintendo Switch. I highly recommend you checking out my top 5 favourite third party Switch games video if you haven't seen that already. Of course, this video was based entirely on my own opinion, so comment down below your thoughts on my list and let me know your top 5 favourites because I'll be very interested to know. Anyway, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.